Ravi, hope you are able to see my screen. All right. Okay, so perhaps you might have gone through the course curriculum, like what all we have as part of Hadoop course. So this one you can have a look later, the course curriculum and all. So before that, I'd like to say you what does Hadoop mean? You must be knowing that it's big data and all, but where exactly it fit in the entire IT scenario. When I say IT scenario, I specifically talk about the term data warehousing. So see, Hadoop or any other database you can which stores any form of data is something to deal with business questions. So going back, generally in IT we have like two types of projects going on. Like first would be like web application related project, and other would be like data warehousing projects. Okay. So when I say web application projects, so web application means like it will have either .NET or it will have Java or all those programming languages. So what these are mostly concerned with is that they'll build a UI which will be used by the business, like any user. So be it a railway reservation system or a banking UI. So these first sort of projects, they mostly deal with users, like how to make user experience more interactive. When I say more interactive, it means that how can we work on different platforms. Okay, but there are some other type of projects which are known as data warehousing projects, and they are mostly concerned with answering business questions. So when I say business questions, so the questions might be like taking example of Walmart. So Walmart has one of the largest retail chain in the entire world. So suppose in a region, maybe like North America, they want to know which store performs the best or which store gives them the highest revenue, or who are their high ticket buyers, that means who are the top spenders, or who are the customers who are buying very less, so that they can devise a mechanism to boost their sales. Okay, so these type of questions, or who are the customers who are going to the competition, which means that those customers who were earlier working with or earlier transacting with Walmart are now going to Best Buy. So who are those customers? So by having a look at their trend or their pattern of buying, they can designate that, okay, these guys have left Walmart, they have moved on to Best Buy for their purchases. How can we retain them back? So when we have different what if sort of questions, like questions which will add value to your business, so these type of scenarios are taken care by data warehousing projects. Okay. So, and Hadoop is a part of, you can say, it comes under a data warehouse. Now, so the ultimate aim of any Hadoop project is to answer various business questions. So the goal is not to build any API, not to build any like web portal or anything, but they are mostly concerned with answering business questions so as to boost or like add business value. Okay, so this is the entire goal of a data warehouse project or Hadoop in specific. Now, how do we achieve that? So if I go one slide back, this is something I have from Walmart. Okay, so suppose that whenever a person makes purchases at a particular store in Walmart, so all this information gets fed to the system, like customer ID, customer name, how much amount he spent, what all products he bought, from which store he bought, and what was the purchase date. All this information will be stored in a particular table. Okay, so from we'll have a relational table. When I say relational table, it means that a table consisting of rows and columns. So we will have relational tables which will contain all your information. All info will be stored, and from there you will have something like a reporting layer. Reporting or like there are various business like reporting tools like business objects, Cognos. These are all reporting tools. So or analytical tool like SAS, R. All these are analytical tools. So once we have this table information in a table, we can use various reporting tools, and with the help of them we can answer business questions. So earlier this was a scenario that prior to Hadoop, like before Hadoop came into existence, we had this kind of scenario that okay, once a guy goes to a Walmart store, he makes purchases, he goes to the billing counter, his transactions are entered by the billing guy into the system, and then those information will go and sit in a table, okay, a relational table, and that information will be passed on to a reporting on an analytical layer, and you'll get the business answer. So that was the process which was followed earlier before Hadoop came into existence. So with the advent of various unstructured information, when I say unstructured information, it means that information which is not in a like tabular format. See, this is an example of a structured information wherein we have each information stored in rows and columns. So this is structured information. Now, we have various other sources which contain unstructured data, and it has huge amount of information hidden in it. So an example of unstructured information is Facebook web pages. When I say Facebook web pages, Walmart uses each and every activity on your Facebook pages. Like suppose Walmart launches 5 products, okay, and it sees that okay, you liked 3 of the products among those 5. So those 3 likes can be taken by Walmart and can be mined upon or cooked upon, or they will do analysis on those 3 likes that okay, this particular customer, he liked these 3 products, so why not, and go ahead and do direct marketing to him, maybe through emails or maybe through text messages. We'll throw offers only on these products rather than throwing him offers on all the bunch of like 100 products. I'll just throw him offer on these 3 products so that he's more inclined to buy these products. Why? Because like he expressed his interest to buy these products. So what I'm trying to say here is that with the advent of various social media or like with the advent of various unstructured information, our business answering to business questions became more valuable. Okay, how did it happen? So coming back to unstructured information, so we had Facebook, we had like LinkedIn, or we can say whatever. Hello.
I want to just interrupt 1 second. So you mentioned you have structured data and unstructured data. I don't know the relationship you are trying to make between these two. Like you're mentioning the example of Walmart, and you say they want to get all this information using the reporting tools, and you also said that you have Hadoop, which is I don't know if it is coming in between, because I am basically an application programmer. I deal with all the web applications and stuff, and in my company and in my project we have a separate people who do all the business objects, all the SaaS things, reporting tools, Excel reports and that stuff. There is a separate dedicated resource for that. So my question is, will I be able to understand, or will it fit into my role what I am doing currently?
Okay, so you are presently an application developer. Which technology you are using?
I use the Java programming and also all the
Oh,
Java related stuff like Gateway Springs and
okay,
web services,
okay,
all this stuff, which helps in making a
okay,
application ready. But there is a
okay.
dedicated resource just
Hmm.
to make all this reporting and to feed the business with all the data about how
Hmm.
the company is performing, what are the data they
Hmm.
need, all the statistics stuff. So
Hmm.
I am not sure if the Hadoop, what you are uh, uh,
This is not where Hadoop comes in. Let me just complete this, bear with me for just like next 5 to 7 minutes. After that,
okay.
let me complete whatever I'm doing. This part only. Then you can ask me the same thing before I proceed further. Okay. So probably this
Okay,
might
okay.
give you a clearer picture. So as I said, this is complete data warehouse setup. Now, as I said, like earlier, it was just structured information which was there in terms of rows and columns. Now, with unstructured information, organization firms had exposure to various other forms of data apart from structured information. So see, earlier your input or your tables for your reporting purpose were just relational tables. With the advent of these unstructured information, you had something called as the these orange parts may be unstructured information. Unstructured. Now, using this unstructured information, these will come to a common platform for reporting, and now it will be asking a business question. So what will happen here? Earlier we had just one source to give answers to all these queries. Now we had various other sources to answer these queries. So in this form, what happens? Like the answers which are generated have more meaningful values. Now, where does a Hadoop developer lie here? So see, when we are bringing our unstructured information into a common platform so that it can be accessed by the reporting or analytical layer, this is where the role of a Hadoop developer lies. So see, Hadoop developer will be used here. What he'll be doing, so what he'll be doing here, we have structured information is fine, like relational tables will be there, whatever, like using any ETL tool, Informatica, anything, we can bring these data into this reporting layer. But for unstructured information, what it will happen here, that suppose we have hundreds of web pages to be analyzed upon. We want to analyze activity of hundreds of web pages. So to perform that analysis on hundreds of web pages, we need to have a technology which can take care of those operations on web pages or on you can say multimedia .jpg files. If you want to do analysis on .jpg files, or if you want to do analysis on PDF files. So all these can be done by a different tool, and that is Hadoop. So Hadoop is used to combine unstructured information from various other sources and bring it to a common platform, which will be used for further downstream for reporting and analysis. So as you said, like your project uses like Business Objects or any other tools, and we have a separate team altogether. So that separate team will require data to prepare reports. And as a Hadoop developer, your responsibility will be to provide that data until this layer, which can be used further downstream for reporting and analysis. So this is where your role will come in. You will be taking data from source. Source may be anything, like it can be a Facebook page, it can be anything like a YouTube, anything. You'll be taking up data from there and using various technologies, which techniques in Hadoop. You will be passing on that information to this layer, from where the other teams will pick up and prepare reports or do analysis or whatever they want to do. So our role will lie here as a Hadoop developer. Why I have kept this one in a separate line? Because this is something which was not a part of a legacy data warehouse. Legacy data warehouse was just this green part, relational table, reporting, business. Now we have this, because of this unstructured information, huge amount of unstructured information at our disposal. We are following this particular additional step, which can be taken care by a Hadoop API, or you can say Hadoop technology. So this is where your role will lie, to bring this unstructured information through a Hadoop platform and into a reporting layer which can be used downstream. So am I able to make myself clear?
I have a question like, is unstructured information, what you're mentioning is only about the social media websites, or is it something which is bigger than that?
Bigger than that, like you name a source. What sort of type of source you are generally thinking in your mind? Be it a binary file, you want to mine on a PDF file, or you want to do data mining on a let's say what on a .jpg file. What any type of unstructured information you want, it can be cooked upon in Hadoop.
No, but what basically is unstructured information? Will it be like just like Facebook likes what we use, or is it just like how many people have used the LinkedIn site?
Okay. I will give you one example of unstructured information. See, I have this is like this is how Hadoop API looks like. So I'll show you one. You see, this is one PDF file. Okay, I have this. I'm trying to open it. Yeah, this is one PDF file. So if you see the information which is stored here, okay, like it is a Shakespeare, like whatever we studied in our Shakespeare sort of thing. So here, if you see, how is the data? Is it in a structured format? Do we have any row or column or anything? I'm not talking about a Facebook web page or a LinkedIn. I'm talking about as basic as the PDF file. Okay. So here we have the information in this format. Now, suppose there is a that I want to know the occurrence of each word in this PDF file. Thou appeared how many times? Blessed appeared how many times? If I want to know the count of each word on this file, how can I achieve that? So this is an example of unstructured information. I'm not talking about just because Facebook web pages is also like the log which we get in the Facebook. It will be something like this only. Like it will be just having instead of this thing .pdf, it will have .log. So I have one log also. See, these logs will look like this, something like this. Okay. So here, from a high level, what it looks like something unstructured. It doesn't have any row, column, nothing. So to mine on these type of information, Hadoop comes into picture. So see, I have this PDF file. Now I have some command. Like how we come to this command, I can't tell you now because these are like mappers, reducers, those techniques are there. But see, I'll just show you the output how it comes. See, just this is one command which will give me the result of how many. Slow. If you see. So there was some mapping, like Java program which was running in the hindsight, all those things happened, and this is the final output which we got, that you appeared 5, 6 times, 6 times. Yokes appeared 1 time. So we got this sort of information. So similarly, suppose now taking it to a more realistic example, like suppose we have a Facebook page, okay, and now as you said, like I wanted to know for this particular post, who was the guy who liked the most. So by looking at that log, I can do it that, okay, for count of likes based on the user who liked it. So once I got that, okay, he liked most of the time. So I'll go back, take his customer ID from the like his customer name and all those stuff, and then I will do direct marketing to him that, okay, he liked my post on this Walmart product more than anyone else. So he's more inclined to buy him. Why not go to him personally and do the purchase, do the marketing? So this sort of thing was not possible earlier with this relational information. Okay. If you see here, this was not possible earlier. Now we have this extra scope of mining this information once Hadoop came into being. Okay. So that's why we say that it adds more value to business, because along with relational table information, we have some other information which will give more meaningful information to our more meaningful answers to the business question.
One more, like what type of industries require Hadoop? Is it any industry can use it, or is it only for some particular domains? Like can it be used for travel industries, or just is it for only for banking or insurance related domains?
Okay, so I have a question for you, the same question which you have. So travel industry, how do they do this? Like how they perform their business? Don't they have any online portal?
They do, they do, yeah.
Yeah, they do have, right? So suppose like I'll talk about like Indian travel industry, like maybe yatra.com. So how many people log on to Yatra or Clear Trip, whatever, like I'm just talking from Indian perspective. So we have web pages there, right? So how many times that particular server was hit, and how many times people chose from Bangalore to Delhi or from any X location to Y location. All those logs will be stored as log file at the hand side, right? Like, so if we want to get the information that who all were the people who browsed most of, and it happens on a real-time basis. We have seen, probably I'm not sure whether you have seen or not. So if you see that a particular, if you're logging in from a particular IP and browsing for the same source and destination for more than a specified number of times, what you can see is that the prices go on increasing. Okay, that is known as active analytics, active data warehousing. What happens? Like I have personally felt about this thing. Like I was browsing Clear Trip, and I was looking for some like fares from Bangalore to Delhi, and I looked in the morning 3-4 times that okay, price was something, and then probably even in the afternoon I browsed for 4-5 times, and suddenly what happens? Like okay, just like suddenly what happened? I agree that prices go on increasing at their own time. But just because of the fact that they saw that I was constantly hitting the same source and destination quite a number of times within a short interval of time, so they got a analytics that okay, this particular customer will definitely go ahead and book a flight if we give him slightly less rate. So ideally, what happens that the flight rates goes on increasing, but for that particular point of time, I got a reduced rate. So this sort of, by looking at our active behavior on our web pages, and we can give different, you can say pitch in with different plans to the different customers. Okay, this happens at the hand side through various Hadoop APIs, be it like MapReduce programming, or be it like using Pig, Hive, HBase. All these are like Hadoop related clients only. So by using those, we can answer, like come up with this solution. Okay.
Is it like a data-driven thing?
What is like a data-driven thing? Hadoop or
what? Yeah, is Hadoop based on data-driven applications?
Yeah, Hadoop is all about data. So it's how how do we store huge volume of data and how do we process huge volume of data. So Hadoop is all about that. It's all about like data.
There is no way you are doing any programming here. It's only completely related to queries, more of SQL.
Wait. To answer that, I'll show you something. Let's see. This was the output, and then you saw this one was the page. Okay. Now to arrive to that, to arrive at this answer, I have to do something like this. This is Eclipse where I have some Java programs. Let's see. So these are the Java programs which run at the hindsight, and we'll have to like based upon our requirement, we'll have to modify these, and then so like each program, like whatever we do in Hadoop, is associated with 3 Java programs. One is like a driver. So I'm not going into what is map and what is map and what is reduce, but each functionality which you want to achieve in Java is taken care by map and reduce jobs only. And when we are writing map and reduce jobs, we need to do that using Java only. So because see, this is again reducer and there is one mapper. You'll not be probably able to understand what is mapper and what is reducer now. But to answer your question that do we use any code or not? Yes, we certainly see here what I had to do. Like I had to check for each word length. Like see, how can we get a word? like if the like length is greater than 0 and all, like we need to incorporate some logic so that what's my answer is, like my aim here was what, to get the number of the count of each word appearing in the file. So by using these Java APIs or Java functions or Java libraries, we achieve that. So this is one of the, you can say, the native.
How much is the percentage of SQL here?
Okay. Now, this is what I am doing using MapReduce programming. The same functionality of counting words in a PDF file I did using MapReduce programming, where the involvement of Java code was 100%. Now, similar thing I can achieve by using something else known as Pig. Pig is another flavor. Okay. Now, so I'm going to a Pig UI. So when I do it using Pig, I can do the same functionality completely using SQL. So depending upon different APIs, you can say it can be either 100% coding or it can be either 100% SQL. So I can't say like using just one approach you can do 50% coding, 50% SQL, but based on different APIs like Pig, using Pig you need to do it through 100% through SQL. Even through when you are using Hive, we need to do that using 100% SQL. But when we are using MapReduce programming, we need to do through 100% of coding only, Java coding. So it depends upon each.
Three different APIs. One is Pig and Hive is for SQL. MapReduce is for Java programming.
Yeah, and even when we, go ahead, tell me.
No, I mean to ask like, is just only one API is for Java programming, and that does entirely the whole thing what you are able to do in SQL.
Yeah, yes. To add on to that, what Pig or Hive does internally is that they also build a set of Java program like MapReduce programs. So this is for those who don't know Java programming, Pig and Hive and all those stuff. What happens that they will write simple SQLs, and those SQLs internally in Hadoop will be converted into MapReduce programs, which is equal to Java programs, and they will perform the job. So ultimately it all boils down to Java program only. But
so it's a Java compiler in the end. It is completely built in JVM.
Yes, yes. It's completely built in JVM. And so, one more thing I would like to add here. If I am doing the same functionality using just Java programming, it will take less time. Like because in real projects we need to we are concerned about performance also. And if I want to, so if I'm doing a particular task using MapReduce programming, and let's say it takes 12 minutes to load 1 petabyte of information, and if I want to do the same functionality using Pig, it might take like half an hour, 45 minutes. It depends, like because firstly Pig will be converting that into Java program and then it will be running. So ultimately it all boils down to Java JVM.
Okay. So when you say big data, is it completely only related to data you are fetching from log files and also data from some news generating websites or stuff? This is more or less being used.
So
and,
when go ahead.
I mean to say this is just to get my insights into how nicely it can be used in Java industry. Can it be without being used? What are we losing till now?
So without using it, I'll tell you. That's what I was trying to say here. If you don't use it, here you will get only, like, if I'll give on a scale of 5, if you're getting your business question answered until here, when this was not there, if you were getting like only 3 out of 5 was your, like you can say quality, when you are having this one, it will be like 4.5 out of 5. Why? Because you are having more data to be hooked upon, to analyze. Here what it was there earlier, when you didn't have Hadoop, you just had this table. What information you can get? Okay, this particular customer ID, since he spent this much, he is our high ticket customer. He's a topmost buyer. But will you be able to know that, okay, this guy is inclined to buy, he is more inclined to buy which product? Can you get an answer to that query by just looking at this particular table? No, right? So we need to have some other mechanism by which we can look at his activity. How is he performing, or how is he behaving? Because see, social media is now connected with everyone. And why am I giving example of social media? Because it's connected to everywhere, from where we can easily access data. And it is not just limited to social information. You name a source, Hadoop is able to take care of any source you name it. Given a condition that you need to have a plugin for each source. Like suppose if I want to connect to a Instagram like multimedia snaps or something, we need to have a different API so that I can convert those binary files or any multimedia files into my Hadoop readable format and all. So it needs to have a plugin everywhere to take care of.
So then, is this the reason why the ad companies will be showing us the products which we have access somewhere?
Exactly. That's what the reason is. Yeah, that's what the reason. That's why that's known as web analytics. It's part of web analytics, and they do it on a really quick, like you can say on a real-time basis. You clicked on it. If you just close the browser, log in again, you'll see that something related to what you have browsed earlier will pop up with an activity. That is like real-time web analytics. It's a term which we use in analytics, web analytics. That they will. Yeah, go ahead.
Is it based on Hadoop, or is it something?
It's a Hadoop. It's Hadoop. That's what. It's Hadoop only. See, that Hadoop will be giving you data here. Okay. Now these reporting tools and anything will give an analysis that okay, he is browsing these many pages. So okay, he is more inclined to buy this particular product. So Hadoop will act as a input who will give information here, and these people will go back and say that okay, he is more inclined to buy this product. Go and pitch in this.
So are we creating unstructured information into structured information and provide it to business people?
It's not unstructured to structured. What we can say is to like unstructured information to a format which can be easily understood by the reporting layer. It may not be always structured information which is passing on to the reporting layer. But yes, when we get those information on a report or on a predictive model or anything, it looks like a structured information. So yes, you can say that it's coming. The output is coming as a structured information. But what I understood when you said that we are giving structured information here, I thought that you are telling that the input to this reporting layer is a structured information. The answer is no. Here, information might come in any format, be it unstructured, structured, which will be understood by, let's say, business object or SAS. But the output which will be coming out of this reporting layer will be like containing structured information also, so that it can be easily understood by any layman.
So this is something which you're not completely replacing the reporting tools. You still need a reporting tool. Apart from Hadoop.
Yeah.
We can't replace all this.
No. See, Hadoop will give input to this layer. Okay, but from here these tools will be taking it. Like we have one more tool which is becoming more prominent with Hadoop, and it's widely used nowadays. I'm not sure whether you heard of this. No, Tableau. Tableau is more like you can say the most compatible tool with Hadoop in the recent past. So Tableau, whatever reports we prepare, like on unstructured information, mostly is done on Tableau, and this will take care of. Like it will get the unstructured information, it will do analytics and pop up a result that okay, this is the spike going on. Like I saw 10 people browsing on this site and this is their activity. Throw them these offers. So this thing happen. Sure, but yeah, with the help of a reporting or analytics tool, it can't do on its own all this stuff. It can just give you input, that data. They can just give you that data from where you'll have to get that analytics on top of it.
So this will be like a completely different, it has a different server, and this requires a completely different setup apart from the web applications that we have. It can't run along with the web applications, but it has to be a separate, it requires separate infrastructure.
When you're talking 8 you are saying Hadoop, right? It requires a separate infrastructure. Yeah, it requires a separate infrastructure. It has a completely different if affected, I could have start off. I can do. So it has a completely, like we call it HDFS, Hadoop Distributed File System, which is a completely different infrastructure altogether to do this stuff.
Okay.